Hey y'all, what is happening? Erik Garcia, certified financial planner and investment advisor representative. And I want to talk today about the top factor, the number one factor that's going to determine how much money you're going to have sometime in the future. Plus, I'm going to give you 2 pro tips on how to jumpstart that factor. So before I jump into the number one factor, I want to hit on 3 other factors that are conversations that I regularly have with people that they think is the number one factor, but it's not. So one of those factors that people think is going to determine how much money they're going to have in the future, or they think it's the top one, is how much money they make. Now, income is not directly correlated to how much money you're going to have in the future. It is, however, directly correlated to how much money you spend. So I don't care how much money you make. If you spend all of it, you're not going to have anything left for the future. So income is not the determining factor in how much money you'll have in the future. It does give you the potential to have more in the future. The second factor that I hear people say impacts is taxes. I give all my money to the IRS. If I didn't have to pay taxes, I could have so much more. Tax planning is important, and wise tax planning is important. Obviously, you can keep more if you do some good strategic tax planning. If you take advantage of tax efficient investment vehicles like retirement plans, or if you're in taxable investment accounts to take advantage of some tactical or some strategic tax planning strategies that is going to reduce the amount of capital gains that you have to reduce your taxable income. That's important, but that's not the number one factor. The other factor that I hear people often say is if I can just earn more on my money. Well, if you don't have any money invested, I don't care what return or how much interest you get paid on $0, because that's going to be zero. So again, return is important. How much you can get on your money or your invested capital is obviously an important factor in growing your assets over time, but you have to have money to invest before return really has any impact on that. Again, you want to pursue the highest possible rate of return that's within your risk tolerance, but that's not the number one factor. So the number one factor that's going to determine how much money you're going to have in the future is really simple: your savings rate. How much money are you saving? The more money you save, the more money you're going to have in the future. So consider this scenario. Let's say I make $150,000 household income. You make $300,000. You make twice as much money as me, but my lifestyle costs me $100,000 to support. Yours costs you $275,000 to support. You have $25,000 left over after your spending. I have $50,000 left over. If we save the money we have left over whatever period of time, so long as it's the same period, all other factors being equal, I'm gonna have twice as much money as you. So the amount you save is the number one factor that's gonna determine how much money you have in the future. 2 pro tips. Number 1, pay yourself first. Consider yourself a bill. Consider yourself your mortgage. The same way you would prioritize that. Prioritize paying yourself first, saving before you pay anything else. Second pro tip is automate your savings. The same way you automate Netflix and your cell phone bill, automate the amount that you're going to save. Those are 2 great ways to get started. The math is really simple. Spend less than you make, save as much as you can. If you do that, you're going to have a lot more money in the future. Now, those other factors that we discussed are important. They need to be addressed, but the more you save, the more you'll have in the future. I hope that helps. If you can, do me a favor, subscribe to my YouTube page so more people can see this video. And if you're watching this on Facebook, share it for other people to see as well. Appreciate you. Take care.